strange. And if you've looked at the tornadoes, some of the images that people have of tornadoes, we see some really not so natural looking things that happen. Sometimes you'll see what looks like ships, UFO ships and stuff, but look at this. It's as if something is up there in the sky creating the tornadoes, not just like natural or something, but if it's natural, it goes around in a circle. If you look at it, it's like it's slowly spinning. And I would venture to say that this was it was caught near Hermosillo. Let me see what the name of this is, you all. Good morning. Let me flip this around. Good morning. I need to turn this light on. Hold on a second. I could turn it on. Let me get this. Yeah, I like my keyboard right there. Oh, Gina, can I push the button the right way, you all? If I can get my act together. It's hard to get your act together. At times it is, you all. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. But, good morning, Susan B. Honey. So this tornado. What happened? I don't even know what I've got going on. Did I start it all over again? I can't see what I did, you all. Let me see if I can push that button. So let's watch this. As it turns around, I could have sped it up, but there really truly does look to be like there is some type of device that's like spins around in a circle. There's bound to be for it to come out like this. It really just does not seem natural. If you've seen this video before, I found this on the Microsoft Edge. Sometimes I like to go over there and look at it to see what's going on in the world. Hello, angels among us. We need more angels among us. We do. We need to be surrounded by all kinds of angels. We need angels as friends, and I'm sure that there are those types of people on the earth, angels as friends. And if you encounter them, you don't want to, yeah. Actually, I thought I seen a square window up there, I really did. When it comes back around, I thought I saw like a square, great big, long, gigantic window that is often seen in these things right here. Can you see them? Like massive, could be like interdimensional, things like that. Good morning if you're just tuning in. I'm sitting here, just waking up is what I was doing. I went downstairs and Rosie wanted to come upstairs. Then she wanted to walk all over this laptop and then she wanted to go back downstairs. I think I put her back downstairs. I can't remember. She could be sitting down there at the bottom of the stairs with the door closed. That's too bad for you, Rosie, honey. It is. Yeah, I think this is on like a continuous loop. It is. Let's see it. Let me pressure you up. You have not seen it. This is near Hermosillo. I'm not sure where the Hermosillo place is located, but I wanted to catch it at a time where like the windows or something on the inside. Right there. Can you see like the windows? Like right here in the center? Where is Hermosillo? Well, Susan B. Honey, I don't know where it's at. Hermosillo. I'm going to look. Hermosillo. Let me type it in. Hermosillo. Never heard of it. It's the city of the sun. Hermosillo is also called the city of the sun, a charming city with plenty of tourist attractions, mountains around the city. The city of the sun. I really would like to see it on a map. Let's see if we can get it on a map. Hermosillo. It's in Mexico. Well, then that makes sense. Hermosillo, Sonora, Mexico. That makes sense because there's a lot of UFO activity that is in Mexico. A ton of it. but it does. Can you see the windows right there? It's those great big windows that if you've taken pictures, let's see if we can get it in an inverted mode. Let's go through these filters to see if you can see them. Um, that's what it's called, the City of the Sun. Can you see those windows in there, you all? Wow, you couldn't sleep and you find me live because I woke up, Donnie, honey. That's right. Oh, I'm so glad you caught a live video. I try to be really spontaneous, and I am. It's kind of spontaneous. Yeah. Let's see if I can zoom up a little more. Can you see what looks like great big, tall, like windows? I wonder if these interdimensional like beings or UFOs, or if their job is to make the tornadoes and stuff like that. Let's look at it. This is called the crush filter. Let's go back and look at it on the crush filter and see what it looks like as it's spinning. Okay, I think it's trying to spin. Yeah, it's rotating around. They create the weather. It really does seem like that way, because even in the lightning storms, if you've caught a lightning storms, good morning. Um, if you have caught lightning storms before and the sky lights up, if you get it at the right spot, you can see their great big gigantic windows, like a ship and great big gigantic beings in them. See the world? Yeah, it's up there in the sky. Let me try to get it like this for a second. And it looks like there's like so if they're in the clouds, they're always in the sky, but then they come out during the weather. Yeah. The Great Awakening Team of Denmark. Just want to see if we can see some. I remember on a second shift job I had where I worked really odd hours, like 2 or 1:30 in the afternoon or 3 in the afternoon to around 2 o'clock in the morning. And when the thunderstorms would come, like say 8 o'clock, we had a break. I remember me and my coworker, we were sitting out on the curb one night, and the lightning was in the sky. It was in the the southeastern sky. And there's these great big windows like this that were illuminated with 2 gigantic beings in them during one of the lightning moments. And it was like, wow. Oh, oh, I scared myself. Yeah, so that's they very well could be up there. Let's see what it looks like in this mode, if you're just tuning in, trying to. Well, I am. Let me flip it around if I can. Let me try to do it again. You flip the camera. I'm trying to flip it, I don't even know. I can't see my filter number things. How am I going to flip my camera? Okay, I flipped it. I am now in black and white. What you see is what you get. That's right here. Oh, I tried to wake up you all. Stretch my body. I don't stretch enough. You know how you meet or hear somebody for the first time, and you know they're just real, genuine? That's Gina. Aw, thank you. I am, but some people don't believe it. Yeah, and it's all right. It's okay, you all. It is. It's how life is. Yes, that's right. Hello, Gary. So yeah, I had it in the one mode. Let me do this. I'm trying to get over here. I wanted to try to get through these filters to see if we could see it any better, like the great big gigantic windows, because they are in there. But it's mind-boggling, really, when you think of the forces of nature. Angel honey, angels among us, they don't appreciate the real. They may think that the real doesn't exist. So, so be it, right? I like real people. Now, now this would be perfect. Really, what if there is this type of thing up there in the sky? You see that like that, but it is these type of beings inside those clouds, interdimensional, massive, um, higher dimensional beings. And who gives them the order to, set your tornado down right here? You know what I mean? Because they just, I don't think, if these truly are massive beings, otherworldly beings, but in this world, and they're in control of the weather, they bound to take their orders from someone. How do they know where to set their tornado down and where not to set their tornado down? Because you've seen many movies and stuff where tornadoes are coming, and then you hear stories of it taking out a whole area of houses, but this one house it did not touch. Or like maybe this one church was not touched. I mean, it had some damage, but it wasn't destroyed. So there's got to be someone or something, a higher power in control of these forces of nature. There has got to be. And it's like when there was this F4 tornado that ripped through Henryville, Indiana, and it was headed straight toward our house. It was coming from the west. We were in the line of it. And when I knew it was coming, I went outside and I wrote the name of Jesus in chalk on all four walls of my home. I did. And then we could hear that tornado coming in the distance. It kind of sounded like a freight train. And, you pray when you think it's something's coming and it's powerful. It's making a beeline. But what happened was when it got to the property line to where I was, it curved and it went up into the woods a ways back, and you could hear the trees cracking as this tornado went up through the trees along the southern part, straight down. It went past a church. It didn't touch that. Then it got to Henryville, Indiana, and it laid waste practically to that town. It was heavily documented, the F4 tornado. Let me flip this around. I don't like that filter on my face, you all. I'd rather be let me just have this filter. I like might want to probably be a black and white filter. It if you didn't hear about it, so someone has got to be in control of these forces of nature. They really do. How can they how can they know, okay, you need to change your course and you need to go a different way? Because it does happen. I believe we really are connected to the spiritual realm. And if these, when was, let me see this. When was this, Gina? I'm getting ready to look that up. F4 tornado. F4 tornado, Henryville, Indiana. It's like 8 miles from me. Let me flip this back around. I got color. I'm in color now. I'm in living color. Let's pick it up, you all. Henryville tornado, and it was massive. 10 years after devastation. So that March of 2022. Here's like in Henryville, Indiana. Let's look at this. This is a town in Henryville, Indiana, where it took place. I think I've got this. This is, okay, this is the gas station that I get gas at, one of them. Look at it. It was powerful. I don't know if they had actual footage. So that's I-65, north and south, Interstate 65. That's where that tornado is at. It's going across the highway. It's coming. No, no, no. That's what it already crossed the highway. It crossed it. This is inside the gas station. It spared some places, but others it didn't. Let me get this back here, y'all. Let me flip this around. Yeah, I need my battery and y'all hold this right here. You sit right there. I'm gonna plug in my laptop because I didn't plug this one in, and it's kind of trying to die on me, and I don't want that to happen. If I can find where I plug it in. Gina, we can't see nothing. The screen is dark. Yeah, I know it's dark, but this was in what category was it? It was Thursday. Louisville, Kentucky, marked 11 years since the devastating EF4 tornado ripped through southern Indiana. The tornado hit Henryville, New Pekin, Marysville, Chelsea in the afternoon of March the 2nd of 2012. Winds of 170 miles per hour ripped apart, tossed, and shattered everything in its path. And it really did, you all. It was horrific. When that tornado was coming through, my dad he was still alive because we had to build on our log cabin. And him and my mother, they were on the road, and they had to pull underneath this overpass for shelter when that happened on 65. No, I don't want to hear about Medicaid on 65. Y'all, let me push this right here. So it is, yeah, debris all over the place, you all. Trees ripped down, pieces, roofs laying all over. It was kind of like apocalyptic like, but they rebuilt it. You know, when you want to try to watch something, this has got a special presentation. See, look at this. It's left everything in shatters. It was super powerful. The middle school, the school buses, everything. Balls of hail. It baseball-size hail would bust it out the windows. When we went down there, you could see all kinds of vehicles in Henryville with she was trapped under her house and she lost her legs right there. March the 2nd of 2012 is what it was, and that's the Henryville Elementary School. They did rebuild it, you all, but it was a sight to see. And sometimes, you know, it makes you think that was this a naturally occurring one? Because I didn't see. Well, I don't know if it was. It was just so weird. Hello, Gina, honey, you got off on the wrong track. Hello, everyone. Yeah, naturally occurring, and they got lots of images of it, what it did. But I wonder if within this tornado right here, were there the supernatural beings in it? Look at that. If they were, they passed my house right on by in 2012. Look like a monster face, doesn't it, you all? Look at that. Wow, they've got two eyes up there. It really kind of does. One eye, if you would say it, or it could be even great big gigantic windows, but look how it looks like inside there with this tornado. Oh, that's kind of silly, you all. It is. Let me look at some of these pictures. I've never sat and looked at all of them, but I did. It went crackling. You could hear the trees. It left up. I walked up there in the woods after that had went through, and there was just a massive trail of flattened trees. Let's see this. It's where the area was right here on the March the 2nd. This is the counties that it got. Just popped up, and that was the end of it. Good morning, you all. So we was looking at this tornado, and I got talking about this tornado right here that it looks like it has some type of a interdimensional craft in it. Maybe they're in charge of the weather, because you can see massive windows rotating around in a circle. But this right here, I've never seen one like this. But I kind of have. In some of the images that people have caught of tornadoes, you can clearly see those windows in them. And they look like some type of ship because they rotate around. There was one good filter on here that kind of brought it out a little bit better. Maybe this one right here. Yeah, so much destruction. So if these are naturally occurring, there is someone, a higher power in control of them, and they take their orders from a higher power. And that higher power could quite possibly be God, if you believe in God. It's connected. These are connected to our spiritual realm. These forces of nature. It's kind of like the elementals outside. If you've been outside and you have sensed all around you in nature, or you can smell the presence of, the elemental spirits, because you can smell their presence. I can smell them with my senses. It's like a very, very sweet aroma. And I remember when I was going through my yard, doing the ley lines, looking for all the ley lines in my yard, different areas, I could smell their sweet aroma. It's like nothing on earth naturally occurring. So I know that they're here on my property. They are. And what they look like, I don't know. Don't know, but you can smell them if you have that. You kept smelling maple syrup yesterday? Yeah. Yeah, this would be if you're caught up in the whirlwind. Who was it? Elijah was caught up in a whirlwind, you all? Is that who it was? Elijah caught up in a whirlwind. Would it be like one of these forces of nature? Let's see that. Elijah in a whirlwind. Gina, now you're talking about Elijah. Well, I'm talking about storms. And of course, we got storms that come in our life, but Elijah in a whirlwind. Look. You have asked a difficult thing, Elijah said. Yet if you see me when I am taken from you, it will be yours, otherwise not. What was he referencing? As they were walking along and talking together, suddenly a chariot of fire and horses of fire appeared and separated the two of them, and Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. Now that's the fire being. My dad saw the fire when he was praying in 74 on his knees, and he got slain in the spirit. The bed rose, and there was the purple curtain, and there was fire, flames underneath the bed. And my stepdad, who my mother is married to, also, when he was a child, he saw 4 angels on their knees or I don't know how many. He saw angels around this table on their knees in the kitchen down the hall, and the fire was on the table. And it's like Moses and the bush, the burning bush. So these are very fiery chariots and stuff. You all, this is massive. These are very, very powerful, supernatural, heavenly forces. It's the principalities and heavenly places. They exist, but they want us to think that only what's on earth exists. No. See, it takes things like that. Look at this. Took him up in a whirlwind. It appeared and away they went. Okay, but I was trying to show this tornado damage that happened in Henryville, Indiana. I don't know what this thing was right here. Super radiant light. That's right. They do exist, you all. This is like, wow. It shattered practically everything, and they did rebuild. Gina, can you get us some color? Yes, I'm sorry. That bus got thrown into that house, more or less. Picked up and thrown. So many pictures came in during that time. But yeah, whoa. There's different types of them. That looks like a big mushroom cloud. So you can see kind of like something in there. You can see like straight edges in there. You all look at that. Can you see that? Like a straight edge. So there is some type of maybe a craft up there or something. Yeah. Right there. See parts of a massive window. Wonder what it looks like in the inverted mode. Well, you can't really see too much in the inverted mode. It doesn't show as much as the other mode. But there appears to be something up there in there like a massive. Look at that, literally mangled metal. Mangled metal. Look at the twisted school bus. The gymnasium. The school didn't suffer that much damage. But you know, just think, you have your home all your life and stuff like that. And you build it, that's where you live, and a tornado comes through and it's all gone. Totally gone. A lot of the houses they had, well, they did rebuild. This is the Great Lake tornado out thing, but let me flip that back to me. These forces of nature. Some people don't realize that it's not just the people on Earth, and it's just not naturally occurring things up there in the sky. Big balls of hail. Baseball, you walk around the cars and they got boom, windows, big dents in all the cars. I was thinking, my gosh, if that would have fell on a person's head, it could kill them, is what it could do. Hola. That's right. You are going to have a wonderful day. You really are. Just, yeah, no matter what comes, just keep pressing on, you all. You're going to face a lot of difficulties in this life. A lot of, you'll face spiritual attacks, but you'll be covered. You'll be given the strength to do it. You can persevere, you all. We've got to persevere. And it's not easy. It's not, in the world that we live in, to keep the faith and keep on going. It's not easy, because you're gonna deal with people from all walks of life at times. All different types of personalities and stuff. It is difficult, you all. You ever work in a workplace where not everybody's the same. They all have different personalities, and some people will rub you the wrong way, some won't, and some people scare you, and some people are mean, and you got to live amongst them. You feel like you're living among the wolves. Yeah, that's how I felt several times. Walk into a big old lair of wolves, a den of wolves out to get me. I had to pray. You ever have a job? You have to sit out inside your car and pray before you go into that workplace every morning. Pray to have the strength to make it through because of what's inside there, the energy and the spirit. Yeah. Donna, where you got some zombies in your city? Where's the zombies at? What's the city? Natural sky, nano technology. Yes, angels, honey. It's a horrible feeling. It is really horrible. And those you know, it's like you think they're your friends and stuff, and then boom, they lash out on you, and you think, well, where did that come from? And you did nothing. You did nothing. It's like, my goodness, wow. Yeah, it's okay. We can make it as long as we don't give up. As long as we keep the balance on the inside of here, no matter what comes our way, we can make it. It might get tough. It will get tough. But you got to stay balanced on the inside of here, you all. It's so important. It's just like if just think if you were shaken and you couldn't control your shaken, if you could picture like an invisible hand right here over your heart, or you're trembling on the inside, or your anxiety, and if you could just feel that love, like literally just spreading throughout your body and calming your whole entire body down to where you're not anxious, where you're not upset. You just have it right there, and it disappears. It disappears. It could be just as simple as that if you believe. It really could. Calm yourself down. You know, some people have the gift of healing in their hands. They do. They don't even know it. Some people have gifts that are laying dormant in their body, and they have so much potential, but they never can seem to get to that place within their spirit to utilize the gifts that they have been given inside their body, and or they have suppressed those gifts, that part of them, and decided to exchange them for something else in this world. And when you exchange your God-given gifts in the inside of you for things of this world, the ways of this world, the ways of the simple nature, the carnal man, the human nature, you can't reach your full potential in life. You can't. But yeah, it's like if you start feeling anxious, you will just envision a. It feels nice with my hand right here too. Just right here. Just imagine that love and like that great big hand, like, it's okay. It's going to be all right. Settle down. It'll be fine. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, you all. Let's watch this one more time. This is about this tornado because it is, they caught it. There's like, there's forces up there in the sky more powerful than the earth. There really is. This is like gigantic windows in this. And you can see them in other things too. Yes, Jesse Walls, honey. Inside it. And when these forces of nature show up, they can be commanded. They have to obey the spiritual realm. They do. They can't cross certain boundaries. So just say like you go out, you like dedicate your whole entire yard, you anoint your yard, your surroundings, your house and stuff, and you speak it and you mean it. These forces that are out there, they cannot cross the barrier. They can't cross it. Because at that time, when you do that, when your words come out and they come from your heart, frequency based, even though you can't see it, there is a hedge of protection all around you from the spiritual realm that forces of nature cannot cross, and spirits, bad spirits, they cannot cross. They're not allowed to cross. Gina, honey, you're just so spiritual. Well, I really do believe in the spiritual realm. It's very powerful. and we're connected to it. Otherwise, if when you prayed, you wouldn't see the things happen in your life that do happen if you were not connected to that spiritual one. You're one with it, you all. We're one with it. And this world has its own things, but these forces of nature, they fit into that order. No matter where they come from, they have to obey that too. There is a divine order to everything, whether we realize it or not. And it's just being able to get to that place within our being to truly wake up, in the sense, when you wake up, it's a spiritual awakening on the inside of you. It really is. It's a calmness that comes over you, a peace. It's like your eyes get open, and it's not a bad feeling. It's not a bad energy. No, it's a very stabilizing energy when you wake up on the inside of you. It has the fruits of the spirit. You know, when you wake up, it has the fruits of the spirit in you, and you won't have all those other things that held you back. It's the things of this world. It's the hatred. It's the malice. It's the fits of rage. It all belongs to this earth. It's earthbound. That type of emotions and things like that, that can't ascend. It's not of the higher realm. It's not. It's not. But the love can go anywhere. The frequency of love, it's a super high frequency. But those other ones, no, they're earthbound. They're grounded to the earth because they're low vibration, low energy. All of that stuff that you yeah, but you can rise above it. You can rise above it. Y'all just think of that. When you're confronted with stuff, that love inside here, you ground it in the love. It will give you the ability to rise above that which comes after you, even the negativeness. You can rise above it. You can be in the midst of it and still be able to maintain your calm. It take a lot of practice for that, depending on what you're in the midst of, to maintain that calm within you. You don't want to stay in it too long, but you'll be able to withstand whatever comes your way. You will. So I'm gonna go down there, see Rosie, and finish drinking my tea. And with that being said, you all, good morning. I hope you have a very, very, very beautiful day. Whatever you do, you all, keep the peace within. Guard your mouth and guard your heart. Guard your heart. Guard your mouth. Keep out all negativeness, because it's not going to get you nowhere. It's going to ruin you. You let the negative bitterness get in you, it's going to destroy you on the inside. But love will keep you and sustain you and protect you. Just remember that. And that comes from my heart. It's the absolute truth. Love will protect you in all things. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any parts of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning. And just because you've got love in your being doesn't mean that you're a doormat, doesn't mean that you're weak. Oh, you're much more powerful than that other type of energy, much more powerful, because it takes courage to love when you're in the midst of hatred, when you're in the midst of turmoil, when you're in the midst of that. It takes great, great courage. And it's not for the weak, it's for the strong and the brave. That's who it's for.